Hey guys, the section of violence here. We got LFA 164 Mazo versus Lavado. I'm gonna run through it real quick for you guys. It's an interesting card. Don't know too much about a lot of them, but I'm gonna go off the film and let you guys know what I think. So we got Jeremy Alba versus Manias. Manias is has a little more experience, but he's not in as good shape, that's for sure. I think Alba is the more talented fighter. Um, he's not very tested yet, but we'll find out in this fight, in his pro debut. I think Alba wins this by first round TKO, but I could be wrong. Moving on, we have Ramirez versus Ribeiro. Ribeiro's the lock of the card. Ricardo Ramirez is terrible. Ribeiro is actually pretty good. Moving on, we have Travis Arellano versus Corey Wyndham. Uh, Arellano's his pro debut, so we don't really know what to expect with him. But with Wyndham, he's pretty good. He's a pretty good striker. Um, he he's decently well rounded, but I'd say his striking's his best. I'm gonna go with Corey Wyndham here as well. I think this is a good spot for him. This is an interesting card. Not a lot of film on these guys, but enough. Moving on, we have Najara Rep versus Mihaela Keller. I thought this was a lot more one-sided fight when I first saw the fights. But after watching more tape, I thought this is clearly a close fight. And it could go either way. I'm gonna go with Najara Rep here. There's things I like in her style that I just Keller's style is more boxing heavy. I feel like Rep can mix it up. She works off the cage well. I don't know. I feel like Rep can mix it up a little better than Keller, but maybe I'm wrong. This is a close fight, so moving on, we have Barzilay versus James Pleasant. This is another fight I'm pretty confused about because James Pleasant, he's actually not terrible. He's 1-0. He has reach. He has a size advantage. He has a bit of grappling as well. He's facing a guy who's talented. I'll give him that. He's a finisher, but he's Israeli and he trains at a syndicate. What more do you need to see? I'm gonna go with James Pleasant here. Not much else to be said. Moving on, we have Jordan Burkholder versus Josiah Reyes. Reyes is not looking too great on the scales, but I believe he has a chance to catch Burkholder on the feet. He has some experience as well. This is an interesting scrap. I'm gonna go with Reyes. I'm gonna go with Burkholder by decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if he subbed Reyes with his patented arm triangle, or you know, this is gonna be a fun one though. Reyes could come on regardless of the way he looked at the weigh-ins. So I don't know. It's an interesting one for sure. Moving on, we have Lorraine Douglas taking on Thompson. I have Isaac Thompson here. I'm fairly confident he gets this done. Looking at Lorraine's Douglas tape, he's pretty timid. He doesn't like being the nail, and on the ground, he doesn't have a lot to offer when it comes to Isaac Thompson's game. I think Isaac Thompson gets the TKO or submission in the second or late first round. Moving on, we have Matt Quebec Orel Bay versus Glacio Elizarro. I'm gonna go with Orel Bay here by decision, by uh, by crotch sniffing. I just don't think Eliz. I don't think because being a little older, I think the reaction time might be not as good, and I think Oral Bay is gonna take advantage of that and just ride out control time. Eliz Gerald, I don't know, could steal it with the damage. I think he is the more dangerous opponent with the ground, with the power on the feet, the boxing, elbows. I'm gonna go with Oral Bay, but definitely don't understand the value here. Other than I think Elizarro has had a much better competition, but I don't know. This is an interesting fight. I'm gonna go with Moral Bay, but not confident. Moving on, we have Jalen Fuller versus Daniel Franza. Franza's a very dangerous man. I don't know what the odds makers are thinking. Maybe I'm just overthinking these two fights, but I think Jalen Fuller wins it. But Franza is a very dangerous dog. By KOs, it's not a bad play. I think he has a live chance of KOing Fuller. He's very heavy-handed, and I think Fuller has a chin problem. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Fuller here, getting either a sub or decision, or Daniel Franza gets a KO. Moving on, we have Sabrina Mazo versus Sandra Lavado. Sandra Lovato, she is a brick hips, absolutely horrible to watch fight, but she does not stop coming at you when she's on the feet, and she does try at least to work up. She doesn't usually get submitted, and her cardio isn't terrible. It's a 5 round fight. Mazo's cardio isn't amazing. She will slow down, especially if she's forced to grapple. I'm gonna go with Mazo here just because I do believe she has more talent. But again, I feel like if hard work, I feel like Lovato works harder than her. She can win this fight, and I do believe that she can do that. So it's a close fight. I'm gonna go with Mazo, but I wouldn't be surprised if Lovato wins. All right, guys, that's all. Or sorry, let me give you guys my top 5 picks. Number one, I would have to say is Ribeiro. Number two would have to be Thompson. Number three, Windham. Number four, Burkholder. And number five, Alba. Alright, guys, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.